Yo, so we're gonna pick back up tomorrow. We went over everything that's in the PC. Y'all know we rocking with. So don't forget to tune in. Uh like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye, stay light, and level up. Peace. I'll see you guys on the next video, bro. 4, 3, 2, what it is. It's your boy Nasty's back in the studio session, and look, I'm gonna teach you guys how to assemble your very own gaming PCs. We're gonna take it from the easiest part to the end. So the easiest part that anybody, before you even start building your PC, you might even have most of these parts at home. It's your tools. And I ended up buying like a $10 like set toolbox from Micro Center, 18 pieces. Make sure whenever you get your tools, with whatever tools you get, that you have one, the screw holder or screwdriver, and whatever screwdriver it is, make sure that the tip is magnetic. Now, one thing that I have been seeing is usually whenever you are doing a PC build, you're gonna need you're primarily gonna use type 1, like tip 1 Phillips head screwdrivers. And the big thing about making sure that it's magnetic is that this is so small, and but it is magnetic, that even though that it's around other stuff, it's not gonna like corrupt any of your system, so don't worry about that. But if like a screw falls down somewhere, bruh, you're gonna be happy that you got this and can at least like kind of make this work for you. So I don't know what just happened out there. We're not gonna worry about that. So make sure you got a screwdriver with a magnetic tip. Next thing, zip ties. This is for cable management, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that the inside of your PC is as clean and as like air efficient as possible, to make sure that everything in the PC is moving and as cool as possible, so there's no possibility of overheating. And for those zip ties, you're either gonna want scissors or some snippers. Next, we're gonna put our RAM into the motherboard. I'll show you guys how to do that too. So what you're gonna want to do, and I also have like this is originally a drawing mat, but I mean you can use it for stuff like this. Kind of anti-shock is just gonna make sure that nothing's happening, but regardless of that, we're not even using that for this part. So we're gonna set the motherboard box on here, take the motherboard out very carefully, because obviously there's stuff on the back. Oh, let's actually see what's on the back. Okay. So I guess that's what that looks like on the back. So the RAM, now this is what we're looking at. The RAM is gonna go into this far side. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, like these slots right here. If you only have 2 sticks of RAM, what you're gonna want to end up doing is like, and this is the very most important part about putting RAM in, it's you move all these back, all of them back. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Move them all back, right? And then you take your stick of RAM, and if you only have 2 sticks, what you want to do is get your other RAM, stick of RAM out of the box. You know, that's you got to get the first stick out to get the second one, obviously. Counting with Nate Steve. And then yeah, you just, so you'll see with the RAM stick and this and that, you're gonna want to make sure that you put the first stick of RAM into the first slot. And this is what you do when you only have 2 sticks of RAM. So here you go. You make sure that it's lined up. There's one side that's going to be shorter. That will be my left side. That's this side over here that I'm holding it on. The left side shorter than the right side. So you just put it in the first slot, first of the 1, 2, 3, 4. And you slide it in like so. And Don't be afraid. You're gonna have to push it down. You're gonna have to push it down, and it'll be straight. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm even just, yup. And as soon as you click one side in, the little latch on the side comes right up. So I'll show you guys on this side too. Perfect. So that's one. Now this is the point that I'm bringing up to you guys. So if you only have 2 sticks of RAM, you're not gonna put in the one directly after this one. No. That's not how this is gonna work. No. What you're gonna do, you're gonna skip the second one. So 1, 2, 3. You're gonna put it. So look. So you're gonna skip the second one. So this is 1. You're gonna skip this one, which is 2. You're gonna put it in 3. The same way that we did numero uno. That's this guy. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna set this one, and look, and as you can see, this, I'm skipping the second one. I'll get a side angle so you guys can see. Skip that second one, put it in the third one. Make sure that you get that part right. And as you're setting it down, like what just happened, the right side of this one might try to slip over to the right side of number 2. Like as you can see, like here, it's like not, it's in between the two. No. Make sure that this mug is in between that, John. Then once you do that, you just watch this part. Just choop. Other side, it's gonna make a click sound. Ooh, no. Hey. And now you got your RAM installed. I only have 2 sticks of RAM, but hey, that's all I need, because it's gonna be 16 gigabytes, and that's how part 2. CPU 2. All right, guys, so first part of step 2, you're gonna see tabs on different parts of your motherboard. You're gonna wanna peel those off. And be as delicate as you can, but understand that it still will be okay. It's just you wanna be delicate with something that you care about, because you're obviously gonna be spending a lot of money on your gaming PC. If you wanted to run how you want to run. And just throw that in the trash. Do it with this other piece down here. I honestly don't see any other pieces with mine. So what I'll be doing is taking this off, throwing that in the trash. So what's that? We already got 2 things done. Plastic peeled off of the motherboard, RAM plugged into the motherboard. All right, guys, so like I said, the next part that we're gonna be doing is getting this CPU installed.
The stuff in the oven is ready to come out.
Okay. Now for actually messing around with the CPU. So let's get it out of the box. All right, so now that we got this CPU out of the box, we got to install this mug. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to open it, and it's gonna be on the bottom, but you're gonna want to open it because it's on 2 layers of plastic. So you just open it up like so, and there you go. I'm rocking with the AMD Ryzen 5 2600. Strong little thing, especially still for its time. And yeah, this is the next part. We're gonna get the motherboard to slide back just a little bit more, and I'm gonna show you guys how to install it. And also, what was really cool to me was that AMD sent a little sticker, a focus sticker, so that's cool. All right, guys. So look, this is the Ryzen 5 CPU. Like the actual, like the chip, the CPU, the computer chip. And as you'll see, there's gonna be an arrow right here. You're gonna wanna put that arrow in the same corresponding arrow that you'll see on your motherboard. And I'll zoom in a little bit better, actually get it. Like, as you can kind of see, it's right there, but it's right there. I'll show you a little second. All right, guys, so look, to install our CPU, you're gonna pull this lever back, lift it up, and set it there. It's ready. Next, you're gonna pick up your CPU, and then you see the little corner, that like corner with the arrow in it. All right, there's a corresponding corner with the arrow in it, because you see that one doesn't have it, that one doesn't have it, that one doesn't have it, but that one, as you can kind of see, that one has it. So what you're gonna want to do is set it down in there gently. I'll be showing you guys how to do that when I switch my hands. And it kind of like just falls right in there, as you heard. And it's in. Like, I did it the first time, right? But, like, yeah. And then what you're gonna want to do is just, it's set in there. Now you just close. Right? Now we just close the lever. Perfect. So far what we've done, installed the RAM and placed in the CPU. But yes, so now we're gonna see about this next part. Now we're installing the heatsink. So what you're gonna want to do is unscrew all of these. That one obviously didn't want to unscrew, so we just you're gonna have to twerk it a little bit, you know, twerk it, torque. Anyway, don't worry about that. But yeah, you just make sure you give it enough of a little go, and it will unscrew. And then what you're gonna end up doing, we're gonna take this out of the box. Take this right out the box, which I got mine offline. I got my AMD offline, but it looks like it still works. And then, yeah. So this is our fan, our heat sink. Our heat sink. And yeah. What we're gonna do is take this off. You'll take all these pieces off and then set that right on there. Now, I didn't learn this in a video, but however, I did buy a used Ryzen. So what I'm going to do is get a wet wipe and lightly, I'm saying as light as possible, lightly clean the top off. Because it looked like it had some finger marks on it, and I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I like my stuff looking as clean as I can possibly have it looking. So, and then after that, I'm just gonna use a new sock to dry it off. And we're just gonna wait. We're gonna let that air dry because you don't want to put thermal paste onto something wet. Thermal paste This has already obviously been used at least once or twice. As I can see, I did buy it used for $90, which is a steal because it's usually way more than that. However, yeah, it looks perfectly fine. Dry to the touch. And yeah, and now what we're gonna end up doing, is take off the rest of the screws so that we're able to get this thing moving. Hopefully that's something that you can do, and if my thing doesn't boot up, then we know why. But I doubt that that's gonna be a problem. Honestly, I doubt that it's gonna be a problem. And if it is, then on the next check, what we're gonna do is just buy another CPU. This shit is not magnetic. I'm weak. These magnets might just be a little... No, it is magnetic. Okay. Yeah, what I was saying was those magnets might just be a little bit too big, but obviously they're not, and they work rather well. So now it's time to install the heatsink for our CPU. All right, guys, and there's obviously going to be a lot of different ways that you can install your heatsink, but the main thing I'm worried about is the CPU fan being right there. If the CPU fan, is worrying about where the CPU fan is exactly. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to make sure that, like, regardless of all that, that your CPU fan and that the cord for your CPU fan and your CPU fan port is like perfectly aligned. Like, you want to make sure that it's as seamless and as classy as you can possibly make it look. And what I'm thinking of doing, I can't do that one, so I'm gonna set it up like this. Oh, that's why that's not fitting. Lol. Yep. And then make sure everything is aligned like so. It kind of had like a magnet pull on it. Do I want it like that? Or do I want it like this? You think it could reach if it's like this? No. In no way, shape, or form could it reach like that. So, the first way, like we had it. All right, guys. And now it's time to set up your CPU fan. What you're going to want to do, set this in here. You're going to want to set it down and make sure that it aligns with all of the four things, because there is paste on the bottom of your CPU fan. As you see, every time I set it on my Ryzen processor, yeah, that's what's happening on there. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to make sure you do this super careful. Just make sure you line it up perfectly to all four of them. When all four are over their respective holes, then you're good to go. And it looks like they're all over their respective holes. So first things first, before we start plugging anything into anything, we're gonna screw these down. And I'm gonna do it from left, like from across. I'm gonna make an X, essentially. Be tightening them in an X. Yep. And it won't over tighten. It just won't allow you to tighten any further if it gets too tight. It won't allow you to tighten it any further. So we're gonna do it on this side too. I tightened it too much on this one side, as you can see. So then what you're gonna wanna do, make sure that you got this literally on here as perfect as you can get it, both sides. It's in the port. No, it's not. It's over the port though, as you can see. All right, so you loosen some slack up, brother. You chilling out a little bit down there? All right, guys, so this side just keeps spinning. We're not gonna worry about that. All the other sides, like I said, whenever you're done, they won't move. See, I'm spinning them right now, as you can see. So none of the other sides are moving. If you have all the other sides down and you have that side literally in there and it's secure enough and it's looking like all the other ones, then yeah, it's fine. Now what you want to do is take this and you're gonna plug it in to the CPU fan. I'll show you guys where that's at. As you guys can see right here, it's a CPU fan. See? Right there, it says CPU fan. And what you're gonna wanna do, fan one, I'm sorry. What you're gonna wanna do is, so there's tracks on there, and then on the bottom, under the little nodes right there, there's a block. You're just gonna line that right up, slide the block in between the rails on top of this, like so. I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys so you guys can see it. Switch hands. Well, yeah. What you're gonna want to do is just slide this in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like that was in between them. Perfect, just like that. I'm gonna make sure that whatever you're doing, that is as secure as possible, that you're doing it right. Much like that, you want to make sure that you get it all lined up, blocks lined up, and then move on to the next part. So next, pros, we're gonna take both side panels off. But I already took off one side panel whenever we began, because I knew I was gonna have to take one off. So as you'll see, there are screws in the back. Screws in the back. And what you're gonna do, it's gonna sit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take about 5. Oop, I lied. My bad. I thought it was about to be like a 5-second screw. Okay, so as you see how that just fell, just pulled it right back out, and then you're gonna want to get the one underneath that one. But yeah, as you saw, that one just fell, so that's why you need to have magnetic tips. Exactly. You guys are catching on. You guys are catching on to how to be computer building pros. Like myself, I build computers all the time. I'm literally capping when I say that. Oh my god, come on, bro. Get out of there. All right. And now, look what you'll be able to do. You should just be able to take this bitch right the fuck off. No. Maybe not. Nissan don't know why. You probably gotta like try to slide it like so. Yep, like that. And it slides it right off. So I'm gonna set this, the other side, in a safe place. Right on top of the glass piece. Next, and by the way, this is a 220T RGB case by Corsair. Guys, also, other tools that you're gonna want are cups, because you're messing around with a lot of screws, and you're gonna need to make sure that you can access those screws when you need them. Along with screws, so I'm gonna put all my like case screws in this little bowl, and then the other one, I'm gonna put other stuff. That's where those are gonna go. Set that over there. Now, guys, other part I was looking for my standoff. Look, after you take the shell off, you're gonna see two things that you can clamp on and pull. Clamp on, clamp on and pull. And what you're gonna find in here, well, I already took them out, but will be this. These are zip ties, which mine apparently already came with some zip ties, which is lit. But you're gonna also find your motherboard standoffs and things of that nature. Screws, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna find screws. Let's see what else we find in here. You'll find screws, other motherboard standoffs, and yeah, some more screws. But I didn't know. Get it back to where it's about to get angle with me. Yeah, so I didn't know where these things would have been until I looked around. I'm like, bro, I have to. There's no way I ordered this wrong with so much preparation and stuff. So I ended up finding them. And yeah, if you can't find them, they're probably somewhere hidden in your motherboard. I mean, in your case, my fault. I was working on the motherboard just a second ago, so. Well, yeah. How the fuck? Now, you're just gonna watch me fight a box. Oh, okay. And then, yeah, the box actually has holes, like, drilled into the box. So you just gotta pop those out, and you're good. Yep. And then what you're gonna want to do with this, anything you take out, you want to replace them right the fuck back. Along with this, I'm gonna continue using this box, so I'm gonna flatten out my paper bags. This is my other set of zip ties that ended up coming with the case itself. What we're gonna do, rip the top of that off, just so I can get easier access. Whoops. Easier access and beautiful, yep. So put everything back into there. Make sure you got this looking right. Make sure you keep your workstation clean. That's the other part. That's the other part of this whole process. However, I'm about to use these, so I'm gonna make sure that these are out. I don't think I need these yet, so I'm not gonna take those out. Yeah. That's some motherboard standoff in there. I got 2 standoffs. I don't know. I might need those. I don't know. We'll see what we need. We'll see what we end up needing. But currently, I only have 2 motherboard standoffs, which is from what I'm seeing that they included. So we're gonna make this work. Obviously, yeah. I'm one of the kind of guys who's gonna make something work. So I'll show you guys how to get this going. So as it appears, we already have motherboard standoffs in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 in total. No, I have 9 in total. Oh, 1, 2, yeah, 3 on each side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the one that's in here. Yep. And now what I'm gonna want to do, because I'm pretty sure these are just about the same size. Let me eyeball it real quick. Yep, the same size. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my builder tool. Yeah, will this fit in there? Ain't no way. All right. So what it's looking like is that like something like this one will fit, or maybe this one. Yeah, this one should probably fit. And then, as I got some in here, nope, wasn't it? And boink, had that boy. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna take a second for me to figure that one out. Because I only currently have 2. Well, that's not how it works. So, I'll be right back. Yo. So, Pete, my motherboard stands are already here. And apparently, it's just coming with a couple extra motherboard standoff looking like things. But since mine are already here, I'm gonna install my IO shield. I'm doing that because right after I install my IO shield, I will be installing my motherboard. Wow, it's kind of crazy. So on the back, I'm not even sure if on the back, if I just slide this mug in there, it looks like it's just gonna stick. And it was low-key just that easy. Like, I'm gonna turn it so you guys can see it, but like, it was actually just like that easy to install and uninstall. Wow, Madden. All right, guys, so watch this. All right, guys, so look. IO shield case. This is probably gonna be, this might not even be the most easy thing, but this is probably gonna be among the most easiest things. So make sure it's just lined up in there, and then you just, then it's just like, it's set. It was set, but here. So guys, that's definitely not how you do it. It's easier than that. I'll show you again. Yeah, guys, so basically this is how you want to play it. You just want to, wait. We're doing this one-handed, by the way, so I'm showing you how easy it actually is. And we're also kind of making fun of me because I thought it's so easy. All you gotta do is just slide it up. No, boy. Oh, shoot. Hold up. Oh, man. This is how you set the IO shield in. Line it up accordingly on the bottom. Get it lined up on the bottom, lined up on the top. And there you have it. And it's all in on all sides. Perfect IO shield placement. Yeah, yep, and it's in. That's it. Yeah, so that was low key from comic. dude, I'm sitting there sliding out. Yes, obviously it's this easy. All you gotta do is slide it up. Probably gonna be the easiest thing I can do. I'm sitting here, bro. I can't figure it out. So that's how you do an IO shield. And yeah, next we're gonna worry about how to install our motherboard. But I can already tell you guys, I'm gonna have to move some cords out the way, and I don't think that it's gonna be too messy me doing so. On the inside, I'll show you guys actually. On the inside of my case currently, you see the cords. You will see the cords right here. So basically there's a little tie around them. I'm gonna untie him. I could probably do that from right here. Can you, Nate? Can you really? Yes. That's something I can do from right here. And from that point, and then there's some cords from back here. But what I'm gonna end up doing, how I want to do this part is, all right. So I'm gonna pull these cords back out. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna untie these cords from back here, pull these cords back out of this area in the back. What in the fuck? I'm just gonna move these cords down, keep these cords lower. I might have just scuffed some shit, so we're not gonna do that. Whoops. Look, so what we're gonna do is take that all back. Gonna tie this up. We're not gonna worry about that yet. Alright. But yeah, the only reason why I actually moved this was just so I could set my motherboard up along. What you'll see little dots in here, like these two right here. My finger is pointing at them both, and then these three. There's 9 in total. My motherboard has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my motherboard has that exactly. So we're gonna slide it right in. So yeah, you guys can see that. So I'm gonna just slide my motherboard in, and yeah, then my motherboard will be set inside, and then it's just about the harder stuff after that, which is not even hard. It's just uninstalling my GPU, my all right, so basically this is the sauce part. We're gonna pick up, let me grab my phone. We're gonna pick up this motherboard. We're gonna put this motherboard into this case on each one of the pegs. We're gonna line it up. You guys are gonna watch me do it because it's gonna be kind of crazy. So hold tight. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, here goes. Here goes nothing. Let's see what I can do here. All right. So the way I'm gonna end up setting this in here is like a dish. We're gonna make sure that it's setting straight. All right, we can do this. Scared? Never. I'm never scared. And the thing is that like this motherfucking IO shield is in my way. No, it's not. It's gonna be fine. But it might just kind of be in the way. No, it's actually great how it is, but I'm just right offline with my things. Right offline with them, which I might not even need to be online with them in this build. Just to have it be set up in here. It's not doing nothing crazy, and it's kind of like evenly placed with this. So guys, for my specific build, I didn't even really need to, like, with my specific build, it doesn't, like, trying to force them in the holes is looking like a no-go regardless. Yeah, that might not be it. I might not have to. I might not have to. Like, obviously, I could probably, like, make them fit, like, if I went, yeah, because, like, yeah, I can make them fit, I guess. But even so, though, it's like, I don't really need to because it's set up. It's set up. Let me see, if I can get the bottom ones on, then I'll go for it. But honestly, it's not even looking like I really need to. Whoops. Yeah, it's not even looking like I really can or have the necessity to do so. it's kind of just set in there. It's kind of just set in there. Everything is pulled in. Like, I mean, obviously it's off a little bit. So I'll try my very best to, but even so, it's still like, bruh. I mean, it's set in there. It's definitely set in there. Like, set in its way. Oddly enough, let's see. Yeah, guys. I'm pretty sure I got it in here about as much as I possibly could. Yeah, I mean, like right now, how I have it set, it will be perfect, at least up top and on the bottom. So we're gonna do the motherboard standoffs right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it sit in here. It's low-key sitting perfectly, just how I want it. And yeah, right now will be for cable management. I feel like right now will be a good time to install the power supply, just to try to keep it nice. All right, guys, so look, basically what you're gonna want to do after you make sure that your motherboard support slots line up with your motherboard, you're gonna want to take your motherboard back out. Sounds crazy, but look, you're just testing it. So be very, very, very careful taking your motherboard back out, set it back on top of its box, and then I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna install our power supply. And that one's a doozy. That one's a doozy. In order for us to be able to fit a power supply in there, we have to take off this hard drive cage. And don't worry, I'll show you guys how to do that in a moment. What you're gonna do, yep. We're gonna zoom in. So there's a black screw right there. What you're gonna do, you're gonna sit down, unscrew this rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's ready. You got this here. What I say we do whenever we got screws, we put the screws in the cup. That's how you never lose your screws. Now there's 3 more screws, maybe 4 more screws on the bottom. So this is what we're gonna do with that. Rotate once, oops. Then rotate twice. Pro shit right there. Now, then yeah. Then you just unscrew. Screw all 4 of these on him. Now, you unscrewed all the top ones off the top, all the ones off the bottom. My case is upside down. However, all you got to do now to get the hard drive cage out so you can have room for your power supply is to just slide out. And I'm only using SSD, and yeah, I obviously don't need all this. So I'll do something cool with this sometime. Don't worry about it. We're gonna worry about that later. All right, guys, so now that we got that off, the very next thing that we got to do is install our power supply. Now, when you're installing your power supply, you want to make sure that you have your prongs facing out on the backside, outside, like this, on the outside here. You want to make sure you have that facing out so that you'll be able to plug it up. But then you also need your fan facing downwards because that's where it's going to be venting through. So go ahead, watch this. We're just going to move this off the way. Get that about the way. Make sure you do this relatively with some types of care. And then once you get it here, I'll show you guys what to do next. You're gonna want to line up all of your power supplies holes with these holes in the back. in. Look at that perf. Oh, oops. My bad, bro. Nope, there you go. Once you start getting it in, it's gonna keep going. Keep flowing. Keep showing the way that we going. Okay. That's one. Let's see. This will be number 2. Oop. I guess that's not number 2. Unfortunately. Make this one number 2. Get that one started. And then this one, we're also going to get this one started right here. Yep. That's in. And let's get this one set. 1, 2, and it's easy peasy, number 3. It's all good, boys. Alright guys, so look, now that we got our motherboard installed, hooked up, screwed in, and looking spiffy. That's better. Now that we got that looking spiffy, what we gotta do is install the motherboard. Best thing is that we already know that everything's set up right. It's all set up nice. So I have this mug sideways right now. As you can see, we have it sideways right now. And just so it can lay down nice, I can just set it in with no problem. So grab your motherboard, come in here and set it down real gently. Get it in there real gently. You're gonna find your motherboard offset posts like so. You wanna make sure no cords are in the way. And then, yeah, you just set it in. Jesus, my bad. Yep, there's it. It sounds like it's in one. Yeah. Yep, and then from this point in, after you get them all lined up like we have, I'll show you. Last thing, guys, I'm using the rounded top ones to be able to screw in my motherboard onto their pins. So watch this. Right there, we got the audio cable. So what we gonna do with that one, we'll plug that shit in. You understand me? And it's gonna be the one that says audio, as you can see. Yeah, and there's, I mean, you literally just go on over there. And how I think I want to do that one is I want to go through the bottom actually. But I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna set it up like so. And actually what you're gonna see is that there's a missing one from the top, missing one from that top, so it's gonna end up being set up something like this. Yep, and then you just plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Did you really just, you fucking idiot. we officially and successfully got our motherboard installed in here. So now it's just time to get the little cables at the bottom, and I'll give you guys somewhat of a tutorial on me doing that. Oh, we trying to make sure my cable management is as prime as possible. So with this case specifically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed my audio. There's a little hole right here. I'm gonna feed it right through. Yep, feed this audio right through here so that it's up by, you see what I'm saying? It's up by what we're gonna end up plugging it into. Once you get it there, well, that's a piece of cake, Stan. All you gotta do is, oh, hold up, wait. Also, I'm gonna make sure that it's above, like sitting right on top of the power supply. Making sure that it's not intertwined with anything else potentially in the way and or out, which it's not. It's just sitting there. And really what I might do is hose it back, take it back, shoot. I'm taking it back, see, now I'm taking it back, baby. Take it back here. Run it up there. Hose it through here. Perfect. And then I'll just plug it in right about something like this. Something like this. And what you're gonna wanna make sure is that you do have this tilted the right way, which I didn't. T-dubs. So that's always step number one. Make sure you got that tilted the right way. And now we have our audio set up. Just want to make sure that it's good. Connection is all firm, and looks like all things are a go. I think that looks good. All right. So the one that looks like this, with the two thick cords, are gonna end up going on this one right here, and you'll see that it's missing one. So you're gonna flip it something like this. So instead of that being like that, I'm also gonna take this one through the back. Gonna have to undo one of them. I'm gonna undo the back real quick. You know, don't really want to, but sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to have to do. Actually, now instead, just because that's not gonna work how I wanted it to, I'm gonna end up putting that right back to where it was. That's interesting. So you're gonna just set this through here, and make sure you give your motherboard a little bit of support whenever you push it in, and it's gonna slide right in like so. If it wants to go. And you have another one. Actually, instead of having it sit in like that though, we're gonna pull that all the way down. Maybe not, it can stay there. It don't look too bad. All right. Setting in the cords that look like this. You're gonna see them, and in your manual for whichever motherboard you get, it's gonna show you which way these go. So it's gonna show you like where they go. Reset, hold, HD, SD, all that, and it's showing exactly where it goes. There's one with no pin, so I'm gonna follow that to the T when it comes to this. It's like it says JFP1, where it says JFP1, that's where you put the number 2. Like the top is where you put number 2, the bottom is where you put number 1, plus minus power. Okay. So I'll show you. So here, so this one, what are we looking at? So it says plus, it says, okay, so it says, the one that says plus LED. Hold on, what? Power LED plus and power. Okay, so look, so plus power LED. For mine specifically, what you're gonna want to do is make sure that you use your book, but the one that says plus power LED plus 1 goes up top. Yep. Okay, so what you'll see me do is do it like this. Yeah, and it's gonna go perfect just like that. And in the manual, so I put the first one in, it said plus LED power. Next, what we're gonna do is put the minus LED power, which will be this one. You're gonna put that one right next to the one that you just plugged in. Yes, sirree, Bob. And you're gonna make sure that the letters are facing downward, much like a downward facing dog. All right, so now we get that one plugged up. Now HD, some shit, I don't know. Power switch 1 and 2. Okay, so power switch 1 goes up top. I don't know what these other ones are. TKG, TKG. Yeah, power switch. This one goes here, like power switch. And then power switch goes on top next to the ones that are power LED. So what you're gonna end up doing is something like this. Make sure that the shit's facing downward. And like that, perfect. And you just push on the base of it and it should go in perfect. All right, and then the last one you have is the reset, and that As you can see, reset switch. Oh shit, did I do that right? Yeah, I did do it right. It has an arrow on it. It should be fine. Yep, and then you just set this one and under that. So what I'm gonna do actually, sit on the last two. What I'm gonna do is do the one on the bottom first and then the one on the top because I can't see otherwise. All right, guys, so we got that all plugged up. Next thing to do is we're gonna do the SSD, and I'll show you guys how to do that one too. All right, guys, so before we install the graphics card, we're gonna install our SSD. So to install the SSD, all right, so after you take this off, the bracket off, put this here and make sure that the arrow is facing downward. What you want to do after that, come here, spin it around. You're gonna see two holes on there. What you're gonna do is put 2 screws in each one of the holes. Take the main screw that you use to take the bracket out, place it back there, screw back in, and voila, you got your SSD propped up on to your case. I'll show you guys in fast motion. Bros, now all that's left is installing our Radeon RX 580. And we've done everything, then it's just about hooking in this into that and that into this. So let's get to it. Basically what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do now, we take off the corresponding IO slots for our graphics card. So what you want to do, you want to first find out where's your graphics card going to fit. Mine is sitting right under the first one, so I'm going to take off the first and the second one. I mean the second and the third one. I'm sorry. First one, second, and third. So I'm taking those ones off. Yep. So do your unscrew magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and numero 6, and it's ready. You just pop this thing out, place this mug in there. Next thing we do, open sesame. Yeah. Okay, so we get that open, and then we're gonna just like completely remove those, and then if your graphics card is anything like mine, it does have some protection here. So what you're gonna want to do is pop those off like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one is always 5. Now, guys, here you go. Make sure it's set like this so that the short size over here, make sure you don't touch this. You do not touch this part. If you touch this part, it's all over. That post you see is going to be a flat line. You don't want that. All right, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna make sure that the part that we just unscrewed, the IO slots, is all open. This is gonna align with that. You're just gonna slide it in. It's like you slide into the DMs. It's no different. It's no different. You can, oh, guys, last pointer. Right here, Just take that down. Take that down. It's much like the RAM part. It's much like the RAM part. You're gonna take that down, and whenever you push it in and you hear the click, you know what's in there. That's like the safety for it. So I'm gonna show you guys me setting it in there. You pick the PCE closest to your processor, which is that, as you remember, our CPU. And then what you're gonna do is simple. You just come in here. Whoops. Yep. And it is set. Now, before you do anything, make sure that the thing that you kept in the cup, the screws, you take those out, 2 of them. What you're gonna want to do is put these 2 screws, 1, 2, back where you took your IO shields off. And that's when having a magnetic ruler, a magnetic screwdriver is really the best, because things like that will happen, and like I'm saying, it's all good. It's all good because it ain't gonna fall. Okay. Well, it definitely fell there. Help me prove my point. Help me prove my point. Oh God. Help. Okay, so usually they won't fall, but mine's falling right now, so don't worry about it. Maybe you should worry about it. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to worry about and what not to. Here you go, though. And this last one just goes in here. 2, 3, and number 4. Beautiful, beautiful. Yep. All right. And now we've successfully hooked up all the parts to the PC. Every single last part in here. All right, guys, so in here, what we're looking at is our GPU, our CPU, and our fans, our RAM with 1 space between each other, our motherboard behind that. Underneath this, we have our power supply, and exactly behind our GPU, we are sitting with our SSD, our solid state drive. We have all the parts in the PC at this point. Let's finish this up, connect the wires, and it's a done deal. All right, so next thing's next. We're gonna do the CPU power. That's gonna be kind of cool because I saw a way that somebody did it, took it through the top, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do because I am a fan of that, like the cable management thing, just making it look right. So I'll show you guys how I do that. Obviously turn the computer around. What you're gonna see is this. It's gonna say CPU. You're gonna see a hole up here. I don't have a top thing up here, so luckily that kind of works. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stick this through the hole. But what you want to do for the cable management aspect of this whole deal, for this whole fiasco, what you want to do is, now watch this part carefully. You see how we got this big cord here? If you work this smaller cord between the middle cord and like the middle stack of cords here and the big cord here, and between these right here, swoop, yep, slide in like I did your girl's DMs, ah ha ha, and then oh, okay, apparently some people aren't liking my jokes. I don't think my sister even heard my joke. However, that was part of the joke also. Yeah, they're gonna have like little like attached nodes or clips. Oh shit, you guys can't see that. So they're gonna have a little attached clips at the end of them. Whenever you go in there, you're gonna make sure that those attached clips clip naturally, as one would when they're attaching clips, to make sure that the clips are clipping. You gotta make sure that the clip's clipped. How else will you know? And then So then after that part, what you're gonna do, you see how you have the 2 holes there? You actually have 3, you actually have 4 holes. 5 holes, Jesus Christ. Oh wait, no, we only have 4 holes here. But you're not gonna take it over the one directly over it. You won't be able to get any angle on it. So what you wanna do, slide this motherfucker in here like this. Yep, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What you looking for? And then you're gonna make it taut. Just like that. Just like I've been showing y'all this whole night. Then, I'll see about that. But yeah. So I'll show you guys how to hook up your CPU slots. So, yeah, so instead of doing it on that side like I originally planned, it ended up just being a better idea to do it on this side. And both sides are plugged in. I heard them click. When you hear them click, it's all good. Looking for PCIe +2. The other side will say PCIe also. You probably won't use the other side if you want to know the truth, but if you do, it'll probably look like something like that. I'm not using it. If you have 2 graphics cards, you might use it. So what we're gonna end up doing, from around the back, we funnel it through the bottom, like so. We're gonna, because this one actually has like mat space for us to be able to just do this nice and clean. We get them all together, press them all together. And this one, and they kind of like lock together. If you go up like this, then down onto it, you'll see most PCIe things have a little locking mechanism, more or less. So if you go up, down, over the top, kinda, you'll see that they lock together, and then you just push them in like this. And voila, your graphics card is essentially ready. But you want to make this look nice, because look at that. Ew, he has cords everywhere. No. We have clean cable management. So what we're gonna do, come back around the back, just like we did last time. Come back around the back, and we're gonna find that cord. And what you're gonna see, okay, so you see how I'm finding this cord right here, That same thing, you just pull that mug down, you push that mug back down to where it's supposed to go. Yup. And now it's looking fresh, it's looking sleek, it's looking clean again. And this is when the zip ties come into play. You could even just use one of these, but a zip tie might just suffice a little bit better in this situation currently. But honestly, what you could do is snip this. What you're gonna want to do, snip one of these bread tie looking buggers, and mother bugger. I don't know. I'm tired. So take one of these, zip and lip and twist it around. Zip, lip, and twist. All right. Hey, gas, you know what I'm saying? Come around here. And that mug is classy. You're sitting here looking like, hey, that's just 1 cord. No, baby, it's 2. But we got it looking right for you. Hey, that's what we need right there. All right. So that's everything except. All right, now among the last things that we're gonna be doing right now is hooking up our solid state drive with our SATA cables. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. So look, we're gonna take this SATA cable and plug this right into our power supply. So I'm turning the. So you take your SATA cable, trusty dusty trusty dusty SATA cable. You take your trusty dusty SATA cable. That sounds just great. That's what you need. It's a trusty dusty SATA cable. And yeah, with that SATA cable being trusty and dusty, all you need to do at this point is just figure out how you're about to get your arm all the way back there. Yeah, guys, all you gotta do is like this. Just get your hand in there. Yeah, you lost privileges of that hand. I'm sorry. Damn, nigga, fuck. You're just gonna have to, like, Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith it, kind of. Like, get the look in there. And then kind of just, like, be like, yeah. I think that's it right there, right? Yep. And you heard that it, like, clicked in. So, because this is not too far, we're just gonna tuck that away. Back in here. But with this side of it, as you saw, with that side, what we gonna do is stick this bitch right up in here. Stick it right in there. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do, real quick like, is a swift one of these. Zip tie it. That way, you know that it's like right. Obviously, I think I just messed up that zip tie like terribly, but we're not going to talk about that because this is my tutorial. I can mess up anything I want. No, that's not the fact of the matter. I'm supposed to teach you guys how not to mess up anything at all. So like that, zip tie it, but it's also a learning experience nevertheless. And then yeah, hit the clip. Beautiful. Other side, shit. I mean, I feel my zip tying skills just because I might just go pro at zip tying stuff. I don't know if that's a goal for anybody. I don't know if that's really even a goal to set, but you know, for me now it is. So haters will hate, but you just saw the first. Great. Zip tie it. Take the square side through the short and take the short side through the the back of the square side. It's gonna have a little opening up at the top. Then yeah. Yes sir, yes sir. There you go. That's what you're looking for. Make sure that it's tight, nice and tight right there. And then yeah, clip it. Zip tie is set and primed. Next thing's next. Ooh. I might actually slide one of these down just to make it a little more loose, a little more lax. All right, now it's time to set it up in here. And what you'll come to see is, under here, you'll see where I plugged my SATA cable in, but under is where the other side of the SATA cable will be. And that's when you just, you know, slide up in the DMs all nice and cool, like, what's up, girl? I text with two hands, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right, so you see, you're gonna see this L side right here. You're not the short one, but the other one facing away from it. Then you see this L side right here. And it plugs in right in place. Then what you do, you just go back, put it up on the thing, and it's another G might. Oh, okay, I see. I can't put it in like that because I did flip it back out the other way. Just because mine wasn't gonna sit like I wanted it to. And that's cool. Because regardless, we got the hold up, wait, time out. Did you? Okay, good job. You didn't do that. And now you got that hooked up. You got your SSD hooked up, and that's just about the whole shebang on how to build a computer. There's still a few more cables that I need to check out what they're for. However, I'm gonna get you on hip on that. take the USB. It's gonna have it's gonna have 9 prongs. You're gonna take the one with 9 prongs and put it in the header of your USB 2 and your system. And this is actually coming right out of the book. So yes, you know this is the legitness of all truth and the whole truths of computer building. I'm pretty sure. Now, if my name's not Steesley, then I don't know. Now I don't know what to tell you, but I'm pretty sure, and this is me looking it up. Yes, sir, Bob. And then, yeah, you take this USB 2, and so basically what you want to do, you want to take this here, put that right into there. Oh, make sure that you have it lined up, and mother lover. All right, you got that set up. Now, this is how you bring it home, Oh, of course, what you're gonna also have to do at this point, before you do all that, you gotta, guys, so look, what you're gonna see right here, 2 long extended cables. We need that cleaned up. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna tighten this. And then you gotta zip tie this just so that it's staying in place, it's staying right, it's staying tight, and it's gonna be like clean. Like that's the #1 thing with building a PC, is making sure that your build looks and is actually bloody fucking clean. It's making sure that your build is actually really clean. You're gonna want to do zip tie this to back here. All this is in one zip tie, much like this. And then what do? You tighten the zip tie. And now for our last 2 SATA cables, all you gotta do, you guys seen it before, you just stick them in here, blah blah blah, and they're connected. Now, what we're gonna want to do with that though, because that looks a little bit unclassy, we just gonna tuck that in here. We're gonna zip tie these together, kind of in a. So what you should have done was a 3 cable like that. So instead of having the last ones like this, the last zip tie only be 2, we're gonna make it 3 thick, and then we're gonna set the last ones and then set them in here. And then honestly, like that should make sure that your cable management is among God tier, because that is actually like I mean, the back of it looks really good compared to some of the things that I've seen online recently. So yeah, I'm just gonna zip tie this. And then yeah, I'll see you guys at the outro. All right, guys, and look, we got the 3 young homies who will be fans later. We got the 3 young homies who can potentially be fans later, but right now they're just gonna be coiled up at the bottom with the other parts. And I'm not gonna use the zip tie on these ones. I'm just gonna use a twist tie on them, and then snip that, and then use the zip tie, a twist tie at the end one more time. Yup, right there. Then we're gonna actually twist this down a little bit more. Then do the same thing on this right here. To get that, just to get this just like set, done though, no problemos, you know what I'm saying? No problemos, you know what I'm saying? No poblano. No, I'm playing. No mas poblano. That's what you don't want to hear at work, at least at my job. And then you just tuck it away under here, under the big cord, and it should do so perfectly. And now you have a system with some very, very good cable management set together. Last thing to do is to add the panels back, the final test. So we take the backside panel, put it, it has hooks on top. What you're gonna wanna do is kind of push these back, push all the wires back. I've seen a lot worse, so I know this is gonna be able to work. So now all that's left is to add the tempered glass. But before that, there is but one thing I must do. Hey guys, now the last thing I need you guys to know is I did all this, but for the past few days, I was having the biggest problem because my SSD was not plugged in. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna make sure that you want to do this like as you're doing it all together. Here I'll show you actually. Those two cables that you see plugged in right there, you're gonna need to make sure that that's plugged in to your SSD in the back. Bro, if you don't have that mug plugged into your SSD, into your motherboard, bro, but you have it plugged into your power supply, there's no connection. You won't be able to upload Windows. I've been having a problem for the past few days, but the uploading process for Windows is mad easy. So I'm pretty sure you guys are smart enough. You guys are gonna figure that out. So yeah, don't forget, bye, stay light, and level up. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Last thing to do, put the tempered glass on. And what can I say, guys? We did it. This is how you build a gaming computer. We got our Ryzen 5 on our motherboard. Got our 6 gigabytes of RAM sitting there. GPU, our power supply, and in the back, we have our terabyte of SSD. So this is the gaming computer. This is the tutorial on how to do it. And now I know the part everybody waiting for. Does it turn on? Does it work? Let's test it out. Let's see. And now, guys, for the final test, does it actually, oh shit. And now, guys, for the final test, does this mug actually turn on? All right, guys, now for the final test. We built it right, everything fit in the case, great cable management. Now, what everybody's waiting for, does it work? Oh, you already know what it is, bro. You love to see it. We in this mug. What are you saying to me? And there you have it, bro. It's working. You see, you got the TV screen, monitor screen over here. You got the RGB lights. Everything's working. However, there's still something missing.